If you are looking for a new gaming PC that's already built for you and will give you a perfectly smooth gaming performance with no stutters or FPS drops, this video is going to be for you. If you don't have enough PC knowledge, you could be buying a Prebuilt PC that actually looks nice, but it doesn't perform the way that you want it to. For that reason, I will show you the best Prebuilt gaming PCs for 1080p, 1440p and 4K resolution for every budget. And all the links to these Prebuilt PCs and bonus ones will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. First, we are going to start talking about the Skytech Nebula from Amazon. This one is a budget $850 system that will give you a perfect 1080p gaming performance. We will get into the level of performance in a second, but before doing that, I want to show you the components. Here you get the RTX 4060 for the graphics card and the i5 13400F for the CPU, alongside a 1TB NVMe SSD, 16 GB of RAM, and a 600 watt 80 plus gold power supply. In terms of gaming performance, you can expect around 90 plus FPS on average in high to ultra settings in high demanding titles. For the most part, you can expect well over 90 FPS, and if you want to play esports titles such as Fortnite, Valorant and these type of shooters, you can expect 200 plus FPS on average, possibly even 240 plus FPS depending on the game and depending on the settings. Overall, an amazing PC for $850, and if you try to build this PC yourself, it's going to cost you literally the same. So you are getting a Prebuilt PC for the same amount of money that you would spend on a PC build if you try to buy these exact same components. You can also play at 1440p 60 plus FPS on average, depending on the game and depending on the settings. Moving up in price for just $50 more, you can get the Victus 15L. This one has the RTX 3060, which is slightly slower in terms of gaming performance compared to the RTX 4060, but here you get the i7 12700. This processor is going to be faster than the i5 13400F, so if you play high CPU demanding titles, for example you want to play a game like Fortnite, low settings, 1080p, this will make a difference. The CPU being faster will give you much higher FPS, and in esports shooters you can expect around 360 plus FPS on average, depending on the settings and depending on the game. Now, if you want to play high demanding titles where the GPU matters the most, then going with the Nebula with the RTX 4060 will give you slightly faster performance for a lower price. So that's up to you to decide. If you want the better performance in esports titles, get the Victus 15L. If you want the best gaming performance for high demanding titles, then get the Skytech Nebula. Now, if you want to play at 1440p resolution or 1080p very high FPS, we have the Cooler Master Half 5 from Amazon. This one has the i7 12700F and you get the RTX 4070 for the graphics card. The RTX 4070 is a 1440p high to ultra settings GPU that will allow you to play at 1440p 100 plus FPS on average, and you can play at 1080p 140 plus FPS on average, and I'm talking about high to ultra settings in high demanding titles. You can also use this system for 4K resolution gaming depending on the game, and keep in mind that you get DLSS, which is the upscaler from Nvidia, so if you want to play at 4K resolution and you turn on DLSS, you might be getting around 70 plus FPS on average, once again depending on the game and the settings. And this is very important because some games are going to be easier to run than others. Now, you can order this PC on Amazon, but as of right now, when I'm recording this video, it's temporarily out of stock. So as an alternative, you have the Skytech Nebula from the Skytech website this time, not from Amazon. This one is about the same price for $1,330, and it also comes with the RTX 4070, so in terms of gaming performance, it's going to be very similar. The only difference is that you get the i5 12400F instead of the i7 12700F, and once again, this is going to matter just if you play high CPU demanding titles. So you will have it as a bonus alternative in the description in case you want to buy a gaming PC like this one and you do not want to wait until it's back in stock. Moving up in price, we have the Blaze 4 Mini from Skytech. This one is around $1,430, and here you get the RTX 4070 Super instead of the 4070 non-super. The 4070 Super is faster than the RTX 4070 and will give you a faster 1440p gaming experience. Once again, you can also use it for 1080p Ultra or 4K. At 4K resolution, of course, you will get higher FPS because the 4070 Super is just the faster graphics card. Here you get a Ryzen 7 5700 for the CPU, which is an amazing 8-core processor that's going to fit perfect with the RTX 4070 Super. And here you get 32 gigs of RAM instead of 16 gigs of RAM, which is going to be helpful if you want to do other tasks like streaming and content creation. Overall, a great PC for under $1,500 considering that you get the 4070 Super and you will get a 1440p Ultra gaming experience. Moving up in price, if you want to play at 4K resolution, we have this AVS system from Amazon, the Case Ruby gaming system. This one has the Ryzen 7 7700X and you get the RTX 4080 Super for the GPU. The RTX 4080 Super is a 4K gaming graphics card that you can also use for 1440p if you want to, and you want to max out your gaming performance at 1440p. You can expect over 140 FPS on average at 1440p high to ultra settings in very high demanding titles, and then if you higher the resolution to 4K, you can expect 85 plus FPS on average, and this is rasterized performance, which means that if you turn on the upscaler DLSS, you are going to be achieving even higher FPS. I love this system for the price, honestly. This is the only gaming system I found with the RTX 4080 Super and a very good CPU to pair it with at around this price point. So $2,100 is actually a good price for this system. Also, you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory instead of DDR4 at 6000 MHz, so it means that you get very fast speeds for the memory, which might be beneficial in esports shooters like Fortnite. In terms of esports titles, you can expect well over 300 plus FPS on average at 4K performance mode and well over 360 plus FPS on average at 1440p in this type of shooters at competitive settings. Keep in mind that on Amazon there are only 3 left in stock, but you can also find this system at Newegg, so you will have both PCs, the Amazon version and the Newegg one, down below in the description. And if you are enjoying this video so far, leave a like and subscribe, it's going to help the channel a lot, so if you do that, thank you so much. Now, that system in terms of price to performance is so great that the next PC is $2,800, which is quite more expensive, and you also get the 4080 Super. So if you have anything between $2,100 to $2,800, I recommend you either getting the last system or spending the extra and getting this one, because here you get the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, which is the fastest CPU in the entire market. If you play mostly high GPU demanding titles, you will not notice a difference between this system and the last one. However, if you play high CPU demanding titles, for example esports titles or simulators like Flight Simulator, this PC is going to make more sense. For the rest of the components, you get very similar components to the last one, but here you get a 420 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is going to be helpful down the line if you want to put a more beefy CPU inside of this system, because the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D is actually very easy to cool. So right now this CPU cooler is an overkill for this CPU, which is actually a good thing in my opinion. And then you get a 2TB Gen 4 SSD instead of 1TB, which is going to be helpful if you want to do content creation and you need a ton of storage, or you want to download the most high demanding AAA titles that are going to take a lot of storage from your system. Then you get a 1000 watt 80 plus gold power supply, so overall an amazing 4K ultra system that you can also use for 1440p resolution, ultra high FPS if you want to. If you're going to play at 1080p, I do recommend you saving your money and going with the lower end ones, since at this point you are not going to tell the difference between this high end system and a lower end one. And then if you want the best of the best, you want to get a system with the RTX 4090, which is the fastest graphics card in the entire market, and I'm talking about the Omen 45L. This one has the i9 13900K and the RTX 4090. This CPU and GPU combo will allow you to play any game at 4K resolution ultra settings, and it's also a very good content creation and productivity work system, because the i9 13900K is actually an amazing CPU for those type of tasks. So in terms of gaming performance at 4K resolution on ultra settings, you can expect 115 plus FPS on average in high demanding titles, or even faster if you turn on the DLSS. So really good system in my opinion. Of course very expensive at $3,400, but if you have the budget to buy it and you want the best gaming performance, this is going to be the system that I recommend you buying. And if you have even more money, you can get the Eclipse system for $4,000, and this one also has the RTX 4090, but here you get the i9 14900K instead of the 13900K, and you get 2TB of Gen 4 SSD, and most importantly you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory. So this is a more complete system that if you are willing to spend this amount of money on a gaming PC, this is going to be the better option compared to the 45L when it comes to content creation workstation and productivity work performance. When it comes to gaming, you will not notice the difference between this one and the last one, so you might as well save up $600 and get the Omen 45L. And as I said at the beginning, I got you covered if you have around $500 as well to spend on a system, so you will have bonus PCs in the description for lower end budgets and also for gaming systems that are more expensive than $4,000 if you really want to spend that amount of money. And if you are looking for a PC build where you build it yourself and you want to go through that experience, I recommend you watching my video on the best PC builds of the month for every budget and every resolution. That video is going to be in the top right of the screen. And also, if you need personal PC help, where I will help you out depending on your specific budget and your needs, you can click the top link in the description where I will be able to contact you and send you the perfect PC. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.